Good morning, grade 6. Today we'll be having writing, and it will be about compare and contrast essay. Let's start. First of all, what is an essay? An essay is an organized piece of writing that focused on a single topic. Ask me, Miss, why do I need to write an essay? Because it helps you to express ideas more clearly and effectively. Now, there is a difference between writing a paragraph and writing an essay. Paragraph organized around a main idea. We have a main idea and we are writing about it. An essay, it is organized around a thesis. We have something called thesis, and the essay is actually organized with this. Number 2, the introductory sentence. The introductory in the paragraph is a sentence. You introduce your paragraph by writing a sentence. On the essay, we introduce it by writing a paragraph. Number 3, it developed by supporting details. You develop your paragraph by using supporting details that are actually related to your main idea. But in the essay, it's developed by supporting body paragraphs. You have a supporting paragraphs in the middle of your essay. It's developed, and the developed, that's actually helping developing your essay. Number 4, you finish it or you conclude it with a sentence. But in the essay, we're concluding our essay using a paragraph. Okay, so what is thesis? Thesis is actually has to do with what you are writing about. When you figure out the topic of or the title of your essay, you're going to write a thesis statement. The thesis statement is a sentence in the essay that states the thesis expressed in the first paragraph, and it's actually very important in developing an effective essay. Okay, so the thesis statement is very important when you start your essay. You put it in the introduction, so it's in the beginning of the essay, and it has to be very related to your topic, and it should be expressing the main idea. Okay. Introductory paragraph. Introductory paragraph, it's the first part of the essay which has a major influence on the reader's desire to keep reading. So the job of the introductory paragraph is to hook your reader, okay? It includes different strategies to get the reader's attention that should be connected with the thesis statement. So when you write your essay, you start with the introduction. The introduction, it has a thesis, okay? The thesis here, once you finish it, you start the introductory paragraph, okay? The introductory paragraph, it should be related to your thesis. When you put the thesis statement, after that you write the introductory paragraph. The introductory paragraph should be connected, okay? It should conclude with the most important idea of the essay. So this paragraph is very important in the introduction because it gives me the most important idea of the essay, the most important thing that you want to say about this essay. The body of the essay. So this now is the second part of the essay. The first part was the introduction. Now we're moving to the body, okay? The second part. This one is very important. It contains set of paragraphs that developed the idea expressed in the thesis statement. That means that the body, okay, of the essay contains a lot of paragraphs. Okay, it can be 2, it can be 3 paragraphs, depending on your essay and depending on what you want to say in your essay. The body paragraph provide the content of the essay Each one should be unique, unified around the main idea and arranged coherently, okay? Coherently, sorry. That means that it should be also very related to your topic, and you have to be careful when you write the body. The paragraph should be going in a certain content. So that means it should go in a certain coherent, okay? Conclusion of an essay. First of all, let's know what is the purpose behind the conclusion in the essay. It's actually to leave the reader with a positive impression, a sense of completeness, and persuade them to think about your topic. That means that when I read a very good essay and I reach the end, I have the sense that, yeah, now I get it. Now I get the full idea behind the thing that you wrote about, okay? And in some way, it makes me think about your topic. So just a reminder, should not give more information about your topic because you already give me a very good hint about it in the introduction, and you give me a lot of details in the body. So in the conclusion, I don't need more information about the topic. And another thing that you need to put in mind, you have to restate your thesis statement in other words. So the conclusion and the thesis statement should be connected somehow, but in a different word, okay? Now, let's see types of essays. There's like a lot, and I mean a lot of kinds and a lot of types of essays. We have descriptive, narrative, cause and effect, comparison and contrast. We have problem solution, persuasive, and argumentative. Okay? We have a lot of types, but we will be having the compare and contrast essay. First of all, let's know what is the meaning of compare and what is the meaning of contrast. Compare is to identify the similarities between two things. Contrast is to identify the differences between two things. Take a few seconds, think of things you can compare and contrast. Okay, I want you to just take a piece of paper, think of something that you compare between and that you find like similarities and differences in, and just write on a piece of paper, because maybe this can be your essay. Okay, now let me just give you an example here. I just start. I want to compare between vacation in the mountain and at the beach. Okay, like look here, you have 4 points. The first point here is the introduction. The second and the third is actually related to the topic. So I put them in paragraphs talking about the things that I want to compare and contrast. And the last one is the conclusion. In the compare and contrast, see, in the first one, the introduction, in which you state your purpose, which is to discuss the differences between vacationing in the mountains or at the beach. When I just finish the introduction, I move on to the body, okay? The body. I start the body with a paragraph. I want to start with the mountain. So I want to discuss 3 things about the mountain, okay? That is the climate, and then the types of activities, what kind of activities that I can do on the mountains, and the location. Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it good? Is it bad? Etc. And then I move on to the next thing that I want to talk about to compare between the mountain and it. I want to compare between the mountain and the beach. So once I finish talking about all the things about the mountains, I move on to the beach. And using the same exact thing that I put in the beginning when I was talking about the mountain. And that means the climate, I'm going to discuss the climate, Then I'm moving to the types of activities, what kind of activities I can do on the beach. Then the location. Where is it? Is it far? Is it near? Is it good? Is it bad? Etc. And then the last thing is the conclusion. The conclusion here, you wrap things up and restate the thesis statement. Okay? Look here. I have just a piece of paper. Just as a reminder for you, the purpose of a compare and contrast essay is to examine two things of interest and tell the reader about the similarities and differences between them. There are many different formats for writing a compare and contrast essay. For the purpose of this assignment, we will focus on the most common format called feature by feature format. Okay? So, for example, Singapore versus Trinidad. Okay? Maybe you want to just you have two countries to compare about. Okay, let's say you want to compare between Saudi Arabia and United States. Okay, you have three things to discuss. Those are geography, people, and food, etc. You have like a lot of things to compare about. Maybe you want to compare between the culture, the food, the language. It just features. Okay, so in the first paragraph we have the introduction, the general topic, brief background information about the two subjects, and brief overview of the three features you are comparing and contrasting. In the second paragraph, personality inventory, transition word, phrase, general sentence about personality inventory, details of inventory, how it relates to your choices. The third paragraph is the similarities and the differences of the second feature, and then on the third feature. And in the fifth paragraph is your conclusion. Thank you, girls. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be waiting for your creative papers. Okay? Thank you.